baby needs a new pair of shoes. Welcome to Robert's British Cars. Today, we're going to talk about wheels. You see the wheels on this MG? You know what kind they are? They're called Rostyle wheels. And the first thing that MGB lovers do when they see these wheels is say, boy, this car would look a lot better with mini lights. These are Minotaur 15-inch wheels on my other MG. They look snazzy. They may look snazzy, but we're not going down that road with this car. Instead, this is the road we're going down. These are an old set of wheels I have laying in the shed from a Mark I. These are the original steel wheels, and I have hubcaps to go with them. But before I can put these on the car, I have to clean them up. I know what you're all saying out there. Why are you going to put an old pair of steel wheels on your car? You've already got steel wheels. Why not go with something more contemporary? Well, to answer that question, let's take a closer look at this 1974 MGB. Let me point out some changes I made to this 74. It may be difficult to tell from this angle, but this car has been lowered. It's actually been lowered with the same suspension that you would find on an MGB Mark I. Although it's a 74 with a chrome bumper, you'll also notice it's a 74 with a chrome grille. That's right, I took the grille from a Mark I and put it in my 74. I also removed those big fat rubber overriders. And here's something people don't pick up on right away. There's no side marker lights. There's no side marker lights back here either. And although I haven't done it yet, I plan on replacing the amber taillights with the red two-piece Mark I taillights, the ones with the chrome ring around them. We're going for the retro look. Let's get started. So we've got the tires off the rims, and here we are picking up the rims at Dick's Wonderful Tire House in Monroe. Now we're going to take them over to the sandblaster and get the paint taken off. We are at Aerotech Coatings, Manufacturing, and of course, blasting. We are going to get the rust and paint blasted off these steel wheels. We're going to load them on this pallet, and then off they're going to go. We're going to get them back all nice, clean, and shiny. The very next day, we come back, and look at this. They're already done. There's no rust. There's no paint. These are ready for the next step, powder coating. Here we are at Pacific Marine Coating, and we're picking up our wheels. These 5 wheels came out beautiful. Take a closer look. Look at that. Considering how rusty they were, these are great. I got the wheels home now, and I'm looking at them much closer, and I can tell you, this is really nice. They turned out a lot nicer than I thought they were going to. Chris really does a nice job. Too bad, he's getting old like me, and he's going to be retiring. Hope I can find somebody else as good as he is. Here's our wheels with the tires mounted on them. I had him use a short valve stem. Here are the wheels on the car. Now, let's take a look at those hubcaps. These are the hubcaps that are on my TD. They're chrome and they're nice and shiny. The hubcaps that came with those wheels were pretty rusty on both sides. So I'm going to have them sandblasted and then either have them powder coated or I'll just paint them a nice satin black. I think that'll look pretty cool. I got them back from the sandblaster and they came out, again, really nice. There's no rust on these at all. Now I decided not to take these over and get them powder coated because looking closely I can see, if you can, that they're pretty pitted. So what I'm going to do, here's some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand them by hand, which is what I did here, and then prime them and sand them and try to fill in some of this pitting. And then I'm just going to paint them and we're going to call it good. First, I'm going to hit them with the 150 grit. After sanding these, I can see they're pretty pitted. Come on over here on this one, you can see what I mean. And these feel pretty deep too. So this is where I use like a glazing compound or maybe some Bondo to try to fill these in. But I'm going to try something different. What I am going to do is I'm going to paint these with POR 15. It's a little thicker than paint. And when this dries, hopefully, it's going to fill in all of the pits. We'll find out when we're done painting. We've sanded them down and we're giving them their first coat of primer. You can see right here, maybe, if I get out of the way, that's where there was a real big pit, Brad. Oh God, that killed me. Okay, let them dry and then do some more sanding. Looking at these with the primer wet, I can see right here was a pit. And judging by the size of that pit, I'm going to say when these dry, I'm going to wet sand them, give it another coat of primer, wet sand it with 220, give it another coat of primer, and then probably wet sand it with 600, and we can paint them. Let's see what happens. Well, we've primed and sanded and primed and painted, and this is how it came out. I like the satin black look on the hubcap. It makes the wheel stand out a little bit more. But I suppose it's a matter of taste if you'd prefer this over the Rostyle. There you go. There's my old-fashioned slotted steel wheels on my 74 MGB. Going for that retro look, right? I think the satin hubcaps came out looking pretty nice. And now I bet you're wondering, how much did you spend on this project? Hold on, here we go. To take the rotten tires off the rims was 120 bucks. To have those 5 rims sandblasted was 110. To have those 5 rims powder coated cost 225. To blast the 4 rusty chrome hubcaps cost 60 bucks. And to install my existing tires on the new rims, which means take them off the old rims and put them on the new rims and have them balanced and new valve stems, etc., was $170. So that means the total to retro my 74 MGB cost $685. Let's review. Here is a picture of the car with the Rostyle wheels. Here is the car with the retro wheels. One more time, Rostyle, retro. You know, opinions are like MGs. Everybody has one, or at least everybody watching this video. Seems like a lot of money just to change the look of the car, but I like the way it looks. I can't wait to see how it drives. Anyway, that's it for this episode of Robert's British Cars. We'll see you next time.